forward to you coming back and tasting some wines with us.
Too. Another product that.
Oh right. Well, we make a tiny amount of a wine. We've only made it for 2 vintages now. It's called Field Book, and it's a Syrah Grenache blend, currently from Paso Robles. It's from grapes that we purchased. We don't own this vineyard.
Okay.
And what it is, it's maybe 100. We made 179 cases of the 07 and 148 cases of the 08. And what it is, it's a wine that we offer only to the very top people on our mailing list who buy wine from us direct. So if you're a member of what we call our Spot On Club, SPOTT.
Okay.
To go with
Good
our
to
name.
know.
So our
Good to
Spot
know.
On Club, which means that you buy 6 or more bottles of estate Cabernet from us on our mailing list on an annual basis. There's certain benefits that accrue to that. And one of them, and we have a wonderful garden party every August that we invite our Spot On customers to, free of charge. I mean, they're our guests. And then also part of it is this wine that you have the opportunity to purchase it.
Yeah.
So it's up to a 4-bottle maximum. It's $45 a bottle. Really, really wonderful wine. It's been a lot of fun. And Field Book is the idea of sort of walking around and with a book and kind of writing down where you've been and what you've been doing, and so we've had fun with sort of developing that. And
that's awesome. That's creative.
And if
People have enjoyed
even
it.
though you buy their wines, if you're lucky enough to do that, if you didn't hit purchase on like the first hour, you were out on Field Book. Then you had to call Beth.
Sharon and John are very
Good to know.
Sharon and John are very nice because they buy
I know
from
where
us.
you live.
They're some of our best customers.
They're neighbors, by the way.
Exactly. And you alluded to something about, like they're not sitting here fighting. I think one of the things to point out is that Napa Valley always has been a place where people really have worked together. I mean, we all pull together. If anybody needs something, you're out of crush space, people will make it available to you. You need some advice, you need some input, or you need, I don't know, dry ice, or you need yeast. Because, people just call around and everybody's willing to help each other. That's very unusual. I don't think in Europe you have that sort of kind of a collaboration or a camaraderie. Right. And so I think that's a real strength to Napa because, whether we give anything to, say, the Harrises or any, their wines aren't going to taste like ours. There's no competition that way. We're all there to make the highest quality. The more that we can speak to quality of the whole area, the better it is for all of us. So It's not this, yes, in a sense we're competitors, but it's not the same way. It's not a cutthroat by any way. We're all there to see each other.
It's a community.
We buy each other's wines. It's a very supportive environment, and among the winemaking side, very much so too. People, for the most part, there are those who will talk to nobody, but for the most part,
80%
people, exactly. For the most part, people really, really work together.
I have completely identified that when I've traveled there as a supplier or importer during my professional experience.
Yes.
As a consumer,
right,
I really didn't notice it, because you don't,
exactly.
You're there at the wine mall and you're having fun and
Right.
going to tastings
Exactly.
after tasting but in the industry, it is phenomenal. The amount of respect you all have for each other,
right,
and the amount of social and professional support you offer each other on a daily basis, and it's pretty amazing. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
and I think the Europeans are just tired. They've been doing it for thousands of years, and they have to split it between their brothers and mothers.
Right.
And they're pissed off about it. They're just mad. They're outright mad and sour.
Right.
And I would be too.
Exactly.
So maybe we're not there yet.
Not there yet. Let's hope we don't get
right.
there.
Let's hope you don't get there.
Well, it was so funny. Like 3 years ago, we started this group. It's called Wine Entre Femmes, or it is now. But we invited the top women.
I've heard
from
about
Bordeaux
this. I want you to talk later.
Sharon
the top
actually
women
started this,
in Napa, because we thought, well, even though they have history, there's no support. And
right.
in Napa, we may have a shorter history, but the women have been such a major part of developing Napa. So wouldn't it be great? This concept always starts with women. Wouldn't it be great if we got these women together in a non-competitive space? And it was a huge success.
Right.
But the thing that shocked them the most on the first day is we went to Spottswoode the first day to look at a small production family, high-end estate, kind of the vineyard management wine production. And Beth took them in her mother's house through the back door, through the kitchen. And these French women
were they breaking out?
They just couldn't believe it.
Well, they just couldn't believe that we just took it that we were so open.
That they were so open that
Right.
they went through the kitchen and were sitting in Beth's house, and these women are asking a lot of very detailed questions about how much do we pay for this, and what is she doing with her estate planning. And Beth is just answering the questions. No hold bar. Well, let me go look at my notes. I'll tell you. And these French women
they were asking a lot of, how do you distribute your wines? What are your, they were asking a lot of questions, and I was happy to answer their questions. It didn't matter to me, and they were really
They were amazed
blown
by
out
the
of the
non-privacy of
Exactly, by the
those
fact that we were
answers.
willing to share this, because I think there, everything is kept under lock and
it
key.
was,
Non-disclosure.
no, if they tell you one
Exactly.
thing, it's probably the opposite.
Exactly.
And so it was such a shock, and then the next point, then we went to Mondavi with Genevieve, who's just magnificent,
Yes.
just phenomenal. And then we go to a custom crush, because Bordeaux, you don't have custom crush.
No, that does not
And
exist.
out comes Heidi Barrett, legendary winemaker, so low key, so gracious, so fabulous. And she comes out in her jeans,
Right.
no pretension about her, and she starts talking about the wine, and they're getting agitated. One, because they're tired. Two, they don't get it. And three, they just can't quite grasp it with this custom crush. There's
Right,
got
that
to
you
be
can bring
something
grapes in.
illegal about this.
Right, right.
There's got to be
Exactly, it's just not done.
not done.
Are there chemicals
There's
being
gotta be
added?
like, well, is there
Where's the
rules?
enzymes?
Yeah,
There's no
where's the bull's
chateau,
blood?
and there's
Where's
no
the
rules,
chateau?
and-
And here's
Exactly.
this woman, she seems so low key, she's not agitated when we're asking her questions. And then we go into the tasting room, and it's about 4:35. They're fatigued, they're tired, and all that. And they take a sip of Heidi's wine. It was the Ravana. No, it was La Serena, and then
Okay.
they had Ravana. And you could see it all crash down upon them. They couldn't believe
Right.
what was
The
in
quality.
the glass,
Exactly.
the quality, how
Right.
beautiful it was. And so all of a sudden, all the preconceived notions about privacy with Beth
Right.
and winemaking with Heidi just, went away.
Right, they have
And
an
it-
appreciation.